Hello guys, Rach here, vlog number 3. Thank you if you are watching, which I assume you are. So that was a stupid thing to say, but I'm not starting to film this one because this is about the third or fourth try now, so hopefully I don't mess it up. This vlog is going to be a little bit different to the other two that I've done. It's going to take more of like a Q&A kind of format, just to kind of try something, see what you guys think of it, and also to have a little play around with my new editing tool. Yes, that's correct, I might actually be editing this one, so I might be able to cut out the little bits of silence and laughter. I have not much of the laughter. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. There's going to be 10 questions that I was going to go through. Just let me know what you guys think. I'm going to also be getting a capture card at some point soon to start doing gameplay videos, so if there's anything you guys want to see in that aspect, please let me know and I'll do it for you. So yeah, this is kind of how it's gonna go. The first question, can I first also say thank you to everybody that submitted these to me. A little while ago I asked my followers to see what they thought I should do, also for the comments on YouTube what I should do with my videos, to try and, you know, alleviate the pressure of you guys to actually having to pay attention to what I'm saying, which is nice. So yeah, thank you to you guys who all submitted questions. A lot of people have asked a couple of these questions a few times, so I hope you're not disappointed with the answers. By all means challenge any answers as well, because a lot of them are obviously going to be opinion based. Challenge those as well if you don't agree with me, which not everybody will. So yeah, question number 1. I feel like I'm playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Can edit that out, that's fine, that's fine. Do you think video game sequels can get boring? I've thought about this question a lot, and I think definitely yes. But they can go one of two ways, obviously good or bad. I think good examples would be, for me, the Fable series, Fallout series, not including New Vegas, let's just not include New Vegas, and also obviously the Elder Scrolls series as well. I think they are games that I think have got better over time. I think because they've modernised, if that makes sense, over time, so they've amended their graphics, obviously, their gameplay, also to incorporate the kind of new era of multiplayer and co-op and things like that. Sorry, I'm burping, sorry. I've been eating like a lot of Oreos today. Sorry. So yeah, I think in that aspect, when the game relies on a story, I think they are a lot more successful than the sequels that, I'm just going to use as an example, we're not going to say it, but the Call of Duty series, where those sequels, they kind of, I like them, let's get that out there now. I'm not going to lie, I do like them, I do play them, predominantly the multiplayer and the Spec Ops, but I do think that series does need a serious jiggle up soon, because it does sometimes feel like they're just repackaging the same thing and just churning it back out on the shelves. So yeah, thanks for that. Sorry if I've just offended the whole of Treyarch and Activision. I do like Call of Duty. I think the multiplayer is really good to be keeping up with your friends. Sorry if you just heard that was my text tone. If any of you can guess what that text tone was, by the way, please put it in the comments. Yeah, I'll be really super impressed if you can. There he goes again. So yeah, sequels to games, difficult to get right, but yeah, they're so easy to get wrong. Fallout 4, sorry, Fallout New Vegas, I was so impossibly disappointed because I enjoyed Fallout 3 that much, and I think maybe it is that when you like a game that much, you are always going to be very critical about you know, the next one coming out. Hence why I have such high hopes for Fallout 4, because it is a direct sequel from Fallout 3, and New Vegas was just Sorry, Obsidian. Just, we'll leave it there before I offend everybody. Question number 2. There's always been a debate about the graphical power of a console. Which system do I think have the best graphics? I'm always going to be biased. This isn't going to make me any friends, this vlog, isn't it? I've always been very biased with my Xbox. I've always preferred my Xbox. I had a PS3 a while ago, and I can't deny that the kind of the Blu-ray quality of it is phenomenal, because it really, really is. The PlayStation's the more powerful console. Yeah. I'm always going to stick up for the Xbox. I think it's got some fantastic traits, but I think as far as the power goes, the PlayStation has probably got the edge on that one. But it's not to say that the Xbox doesn't have the capacity to harness that power. And I think that the release of the next gen consoles will probably show us that Microsoft are taking a bit of a stand against Sony and their graphical power. It sounded like quite a cryptic kind of thing, didn't it? I'm just going to shut up. Which brings us on to the next question. What are your thoughts on the next gen systems? PS4 and obviously the next Xbox with the project name 720 still, apparently. There have been some leaked pictures, was it this week or last week, of a new Xbox. Again, that could be someone messing around on their computer, so take those pictures with a pinch of salt. My thoughts on the next Xbox, I'm pretty sure, I'd say at least 99% sure, that they're going to keep the disc drive. I think that'd be a really, really silly move if they got rid of it, which there was a rumour of a little while ago, and maybe even so now. But I think they will keep the disc drive. Like I said, I think they're going to try and improve the console graphically. It does need a bit of an update. It can be a very, very slow moving console. I wonder if they'll update the dash, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of the adverts. And the new dash, it looks lovely, but it is very, very slow. Really sluggish, and a lot of the crap on there you don't really need. A lot of it does feel like they're just trying to sell you stuff on every single kind of tab you go across. So I hope with the new Xbox there possibly comes a new dash. If there isn't a new Xbox this year, which I think there will be, if there isn't, I think they do need a bit of an overhaul of the dashboard, and to maybe take the consumer opinions into mind before chucking love film frickin' adverts all over the place. So yeah, that's the thoughts on the next Xbox. The next PlayStation, it's a bit of a difficult one, because obviously Sony have recently put in that application for the patent to prohibit pre-owned games. So whether that will be something that comes along with a new console or not, I'm not sure. I don't really know what Sony can do hugely differently. I think Microsoft and obviously the Xbox, they've left space for improvement. I'm not saying Sony's perfect. No. But I think with Sony, obviously they've got the Blu-ray aspect of it. I don't really know where they could go next. Yeah, I'm not that bothered about it anyway, to be honest. As long as they don't change the Xbox pad. Please don't change the Xbox pad. I would really appreciate that. What would be nice actually on the next PlayStation is if it was actually compatible with PS1 and 2 games. I know that seems like an argument from when it first came out. Everybody was gutted that they couldn't play PS1 and 2 games. But I do think they really shot themselves in the foot there, because it almost felt like they wanted to make more money, because you had to download all these classic, retro, awesome games again just to play them when you've got it sat on your shelf, you know, in a box, just because you're buying into that company. You're giving them like 300 odd quid to play one of their consoles, and then they then expect you to kind of give them more to be able to play something you've already bought from them. That's a different argument though. Sorry, Sony, I'm not not bashing you, but yeah, that would be really good if they did do that. All it would take would be a simple system update. I say simple, probably wouldn't be, but that would be nice as well. The next question is, are you a fan of handheld consoles? If so, which one? As I mentioned in, I think it was maybe the first vlog, I have got a 3DS, which doesn't see the light of day very often. Usually for Super Mario Land, Pokemon, which obviously I'll see it for the next Pokemon, which I'm really excited about. But I've only ever really had DS's. I had the DS Lite obviously when it came out, and then the DSi, and then the XL, and then the special edition Mario XL, and then the 3DS. So I've had all of them. But yeah, I don't have a lot of time for handheld gaming. If I'm in a position to be able to game, it's normally when I'm at home, sat on my Xbox. I've just realised my telly's on and I've just started watching it. Sorry guys. Yeah, with handheld, I played on the PSP, I played on the PS Vita. Just wasn't overly impressed. I think as far as the PlayStation Vita goes and the PSP, they need a hell of a lot more games before it can even be a serious contender against the DS. The DS, yeah, it is a little bit more kiddified. Even to an extent, some of the games were a little bit more girly. And then I think the PSP's got some serious way to go before it can even contend with Nintendo DS. So yeah, I've got a 3DS. I do like it. They'd have to bring out something pretty special for me to upgrade though from my normal 3DS. I'm kind of sick of chasing around all of like the new fads from Nintendo's handheld and the XL version of everything. It's just taking the piss. But yeah, for me to upgrade it from the one that I've currently got, it will take something pretty cool. And for me to buy into a Sony handheld, the thing that came close with the Vita it wasn't called Beautiful Katamari. I think it was called Touch My Katamari. Yeah. That would probably be the only game I would have actually considered getting for it. And only because it was only on the Vita. Otherwise I would have got it for obviously the Xbox or whatever. But yeah, handheld gaming, it's, for me, I don't get as much out of it. If I had to do bus journeys and train journeys an awful lot, then possibly. But no, they've got to impress me. Not that like my opinion matters though, so carry on guys, you're doing a good job. Next question. Now I get asked this quite a lot. I don't know whether my opinion means that much, but I think it's just quite a friendly kind of chatty question. I think everybody's really answered this. If you had to produce a video game, what would it be? And always when I'm asked this question, the first thing that comes to mind is Fallout 3. Yep. just that really. Soundtrack check, you know, you've got it all sorted. Voice acting check. So the only thing I could really think of to perfect and tweak a game, I love my action RPGs, so there's a lot of decision making and conversation in a lot of the games that I play. And I think one thing that would be nice, I think it would take a hell of a lot, and I think there would be a hell of a lot of bugs to be ironed out. But if causality played a part in your decision making, to kind of elaborate on that, I mean in the way that when you when you make a decision in the game and you speak to somebody, we'll take for example Fallout 3, Megaton. I don't really want to ruin this for anybody though, but Megaton's the first question. If you've not played that by now, then you kind of deserve this to be ruined just because you've not played the game properly yet. But with Megaton, you have the decision whether to blow it up or whether to not. I never blew it up because I'm always nice on the games. But there was a decision to blow it up, and I believe after then, the aftermath of Megaton, every time you'd revisit it, it was just kind of like a crater in the floor, and the NPCs just wandering around. What would have been nice is as time kind of went on in the game. Sorry. Oreos. What would have been nice is as time went on in the game, seeing those people rebuild their lives around Megaton. Maybe making different kind of like colonies or whatever. I just think causality would play such a fantastic role in the big games, the Fallout, Skyrim. In Fable you had it a little bit. Just for me, that would make the perfect game if there was such a big effect on the world as a whole, not just the conversation snippets from the different characters. From the different NPCs, sorry. So that would be my perfect game. I say Fallout 3 because it's in the post-apocalyptic world. It's really eerie. You've got the scope to make it realistic to an extent, but also to have things like the super mutants, the ghouls, the Brahmin, that kind of thing. So you can still have the fantasy, fictitious side, but then you have then got the realism, which I really enjoy in games. Same with Skyrim, dragons, it's fine. Next one, do video games have a positive or negative effect on our society? This is a bit of a funny one. I think the media blow a lot of these things out of proportion when they say that a lot of the recent attacks that have happened, a lot of them have pinpointed that the people that have so this is quite a sensitive subject, so I'm trying to be quite kind of sensitive with my words. I think a lot of the people that have caused these attacks, they've pinpointed a lot of their problems on playing video games. Now, I think that is just a really negative portrayal of video games, and I would hate that us as gamers or the developers of games, even the game retailers, would be tarred with the same brush as those that make those horrible decisions in their lives. To pinpoint that on the violence of a video game or the violence of a movie or something like that, I think that's completely down to the individual. Sorry, I've completely gone off subject. I think those decisions are completely down to the individual. I just feel then the media portray a lot of video games negatively, and I think that has an effect on society. I also then kind of, I don't know, no, I'm just about to answer a question that I'm going to answer later, so I'm just going to kind of, stop it there. I'd love to know what you guys think about that one. It's a bit of a touchy subject, I know, and it's very sensitive with regards to everything that does go on. But I do think the media blow a lot out of proportion, which, with video games, we know that they're fantasy. We know that, I don't think I'm up to fighting a dragon. I don't know what you guys think, but I don't think I could do it. It's a world that we can escape in and enjoy with our friends on our own, in a new world that we discover. And I think it's easy to maybe get lost in that world, but I think that we know boundaries. So, yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think though. And I'm sorry I've babbled. I got really awkward then, didn't I? That was a little bit embarrassing. Next question is, what is more important, realistic graphics or story/gameplay? The one I'm torn with at the minute is the story and /gameplay. They're the two that I'm competing against. Realism of graphics, I don't think should have really a shout in this. Take Minecraft for example. It's a beautiful game, but in its own right, it's not about the graphics. It's pixelated blocks, for goodness sake. But the gameplay of that, not the story, it's, you make up your own story. The gameplay of Minecraft is such a simple concept, I mean, how well is that game done? And it's nothing to do with the graphics or the story. I think if a game is released and it is merited purely on its graphics, then that developer's done something wrong. I don't want to use examples again, because I'm just going to piss off the likes of Activision and Treyarch. So I won't. But yeah, for me it would be the gameplay and the story. I would like to say predominantly the story, but I do think gameplay is very important to how smoothly a story can run. So we'll say that. But yeah, graphics doesn't really have a shout in it for me. The next one, what was your first of the new gen consoles, and what was the first game? My first in the new gen consoles, I never had an original Xbox. I went straight to the Xbox 360. That was my first. I bought it. I started working, and this is when I was back at Game. I worked there in the October, and I got it in the. Oh, someone's going to pull me up on this now if I get the date wrong. I think I'm going to say April. Yeah, you'll see. I bought the 20 gig premium. I'm fairly sure it was non-HDMI as well. That's not good. And I got GTA 4 with that, which, wow, what a disappointment. It was good when I got home and that was what I had to play. But yeah, that was my first of the new gen consoles. My second game was COD 4, and that was when I kind of discovered that I was fairly adept at shooting people in the face. So yes, they were my first two games, and then my 360. I didn't get a PS3 until maybe about 2 years ago now, about that. And obviously I don't have it anymore. It didn't really suck me in, really. The only reason I liked it was because I could play a couple of my PS1 games on there, and Little Big Planet. That was pretty much it, I think. Don't hold me to that. I've probably forgot something really kind of imperative. I don't know why I'm looking. I haven't got any PlayStation games anymore. Except Spyro 2, Gateway to Glimmer, but yeah, it's fine. And Jumping Flash, and Crash Bandicoot, and Spyro the Dragon. Next question. What is my first gaming memory? Very happy ones on the Sega Mega Drive, which I know a lot of people have played the same games that I played on the Mega Drive as well. First ones I can honestly come to mind are obviously Lion King, Aladdin, Road Rash, and a game that I always forget the name of, and I was such a big fan of it as well. Obviously I was only a kid at the time. I can't think what it's called, Combat Strike or something like that. You basically flew a helicopter over the sea, and you basically like deployed army men. It was like over the desert. Desert Strike. I'm such an idiot. Yes, that would make sense. Yeah. All I used to do really was just deploy army men and pick them up again and then shoot things. But yeah, they're my earliest gaming memories. Were all on the Sega Mega Drive. Paperboy as well. I used to play. Yeah, I'm fairly sure the Mega Drive is still in the loft somewhere. So if you guys want to kind of relive some of those memories, let me know, and I'll see if I can dig it out for us to have a little peek at. Last question, question number 10. What has been your favourite game to play multiplayer? This is a difficult one. I think for everybody, it depends who you play with that make the game. Because I'd say Minecraft, because I've played with some fantastic people, and I think I read somewhere the other day that it was described as something about like imagination and Lego, which kind of encapsulates, everything that's awesome about everything. But I'd say probably Minecraft, mainly because of the people I've played with, but also the game as a multiplayer is fantastic. They do need to work on their service minds, they're really freaking slow on the Xbox. But I'd say Minecraft. I do love Call of Duty Online. Sorry, that's the last of the Oreo, I think. Yes, I think that I've completely lost my tangent. That Oreo's just given me like a huge brain fart on the last question. I can't believe it's done that. Yeah, multiplayer. See, this is what I've got prompts on the screen. Games like COD obviously are awesome fun online, but I do find that I enjoy them so much more when I'm with my friends online, whereas I think something like Minecraft would probably be something that I could enjoy really playing with anybody. Although I've never tried that actually. I don't know whether someone would like kind of come and ruin my structure and piss me off a little bit. I'm not really sure. Maybe something that I can test if I get my capture card. I can film some explorations with strangers, which sounds dodgy. And on that note, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm a little bit nervous to look at how long I've been filming for. I think it's going to have been a while. Thanks for lasting until the end if you did. I really enjoy doing these videos. I love the feedback. It's gone better than I could have imagined so far, and I can only hope that The Only Way is up. I just quoted a song, not on purpose. Just gonna scamper on around past that, that's fine. Yeah, I really enjoy doing this, so thank you so much guys for still watching, and keeping the views up. That's really great. I would love some input. I would love to be able to kind of reward milestones that I want to reach. So when I get to 150 subscribers, or like 1,000 channel views, or you know, something like that, I'd love to be able to reward you guys. So whether it be like a giveaway of like Microsoft points or PlayStation Network vouchers, maybe get really generous and get you a game, that kind of thing. I'd love to incorporate in the channel. So let me know what you guys think, what you'd like to see next. Yeah, it'll probably be like news things and that, unless you guys can leave any more questions you want me to answer, which you probably were thinking, please stop talking now, which I will. So yeah, thank you ever so much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave some feedback if you're still awake. Hopefully yeah, you are. See you guys later.